Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Renegades and the Chargers. And with that, I want to welcome everybody into another edition of our Spring 24 Battle Court season. I am Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyman here for the first of 6 matches between the Chargers and Renegades. Let's quickly introduce it. We get started with singles today, Stu. Goenaga versus Benny. See the two players up there right now, two of the best in this third division. Goenaga undefeated at 3-0, Benny 3-1. Let's begin the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin the first match of the day. Goenaga has the serve for the Renegades. There's the serve. Today's game day has begun. Rebote forehand by Benny. That lands in and scores. First point to Benny of the Chargers. He serves.
Starting off on that rebote, probably escaped a little more of the outside of the court than Benny would have wanted, but landed in a perfect spot, literally half an inch inside the boundary line, hit the cage. First point up on the board.
Here's the backhand by Goenaga. Caught by Benny. Backhand from the 10 line. Costello 2-all scores for Benny. 2 points for Benny. And the Chargers, he serves. Reminder of the scoring in Battle Court, ladies and gentlemen. The first player to reach 6 points wins the set, and the first player to win 2 sets wins the match.
I haven't seen many 2-alls coming from Benny. Usually starts off with the inside placement, but that is just about as well as you can execute one. Costado, shoulder level throw from the left side of the player's body. 2-wall, front wall. Sorry, side wall first, then it hits the front wall. And opening up towards the outside. Well done, 2-0 lead.
There's the backhand by Goenaga. Rebote forehand by Benny. Rebote left side to the inside. Here's the catch by Benny. Benny again with the 2-all. That lands in beautifully and scores 3 points for Benny. He serves.
He was on the inside. Goenaga was ready for it. And take another look at this one. You know, again, when you don't throw a good 2-wall, you give the ball to your opponent in a very advantageous spot. Goenaga's yet to track one down. Heavy 2-walls early on for Benny. He's got that Costado. Look for him to mix it up back to the inside now.
Here's the backhand by Goenaga. Powerfully thrown. Benny, that's a tough for Bote, but he makes the save. Big bounce. Goenaga with a fine catch. Benny on the catch from the 9 line. Karam.
That's a good time to throw.
Sidearm Karam from the sidewall will score for Benny. That is beautifully thrown. That's 4 points for Benny. He serves.
Well, Goenaga just not expecting that type of throw. I mean, he was opened up.
Neither was I.
Opening up towards the sidewall right here. And when you do that, I mean, look at this. All of his body going back to the inside. I mean, he's opened up that way, and then, yeah, to get your feet in position and get out there in time.
Very well done by Benny. Throw the ball where your opponent's not whenever possible.
So we talk about with the backhand 2-wall, the right time to throw it is when the opponent is darting back to the inside. Not easy. Very well done there by Benny.
Here's the backhand by Goenaga. Rebote left side to the inside. Scoop attempt tip. Goenaga's on the board with a point, and he has the serve.
And as the front quarter of these two players, you're going to see maybe a couple more Costados from Goenaga. He just hasn't had many opportunities to start off in this match. Kept that one inside, forcing a tough scoop, put it right at Benny's feet. Couldn't make the play.
There's a backhand by Benny. It's a backhand 2-all. That's out of play. 2 points for Goenaga. He serves. A little too much. I mean, Benny hopped on that one too, which gave a little extra oomph.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Goenaga was out there too. Again, Benny likes that backhand 2-all, but
and again, if it lands, it scores.
Yeah,
just got to bring it down.
Need to avoid some unforced errors here. Big backhand by Benny. Rebote left side. Here's a catch by Benny. Karam will score. Well thrown, 5 points, possible set point for Benny of the Chargers.
Yeah,
So that was a bit more traditional play and a bit more conservative play. Well done.
Yeah, we've seen Benny kill a bulk of his points from the right side this year. This is a good example. A 2-wall from the right side, also known as the carom. Side wall, front wall, again opening up towards those judges on the outside of the court, just in the net before Goenaga could get into it. 5-2 lead. Benny looking for the opening set. Wow.
That's a beautiful serve by Benny that scores to win that set. Point and set for Benny of the Chargers. Takes the first set 6-2. A minute 30 goes on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say Benny dominated that set. Did so with some conservative play to start things off. Then switched things up a little bit. Didn't go his way. Went back to conservative, aggressive play.
Yeah, I can't remember, at least this season, the last time we've seen back-to-back Costado 2-wall attempts for Benny. He's kept the ball to the inside, not throwing it with a ton of confidence, but today came out firing, and so far so good. Landed both of them in, up 4-0, and able to close it out 6-2.
Here we are in the ESPN 3 Players Cage. Here's where players take their breaks in between sets and to prepare for matches. There you see one of the best teams in Jai-Alai. Zuleika just up out of screen with Benny. There you have Goenaga on the front bench there. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are in the first of 6 scheduled matches in today's game day.
Goenaga undefeated at 3-0. Benny a record of 3-1. With a win here, this would be Benny's best singles season in his Battle Court career. Youngest player on the roster, just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, you talk about the traditional skills of a backcourter. Not as aggressive in terms of the shots, but working out for him in the first set. See if that will carry over into set number 2. Goenaga will have the serve to begin.
Here's a backhand by Benny. That ball hit the overhead screen, which is out of play. Goenaga goes onto the board first. Here in the second set, Goenaga has the serve.
Just trying to pass early on at that point, kicking up in the overhead screen.
Here's the backhand by Benny. Rotate forehand by Goenaga. Catch by Benny. Benny to the inside. He scores. Tied up, 1 point apiece. Benny serves.
And that's what you got to do. Mix it up on the Costado. Establish a 2-wall early on. Put this one close to the side wall. And not easy to scoop those up. A little bit less risky as well. You don't have to worry about throwing it off the court, throwing it in the pad. Very well done there by Benny. Ties things up.
Fault over serve. Battle Court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Robote forehand by Benny. Benny makes a save. Goenaga steps back to the 9 line to make the catch. Costado 2-all, beautifully executed by Goenaga to score. He leads 2-1. Goenaga has the serve for the Renegades.
And when your opponent comes out as aggressive as Benny has in this match, Goenaga starts to shoot the 2 walls a little bit deeper. You see him backed up almost to the 10 line. Not where you see many guys throw them. They like it up in front of the 7, especially as a front quarter. Opened up nicely, good power, just out of reach of Benny. 2-1 lead here for Goenaga now in this second set.
Here's the backhand by Benny. Ball tipped by Goenaga at the 10 line. We're tied up 2-2. Reminder of the scoring. First player to reach 6 points wins the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match. Benny took the first set, 6-2.
It puts more pressure on your opponent's catching, too. I mean, he's thinking about the shot before he secured it, and it results in a missed ball.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Ball drops in and scores. That is a 3rd point for Benny.
And he's mixing it up the serve nicely as well. I mean, throwing some with more of a bounce, trying to drop it right on the sidewall, and he's really going for it on this first serve. You see again, I mean, maybe not this time.
Here's the backhand. Robote, forehand by Benny. Karam, beautifully executed by Goenaga to score. Well thrown from the inside, particularly difficult. Karam by Goenaga. 3-3 is the score.
High-level execution for both players to begin. Goenaga close to the sidewall, a little bit more difficult to throw. The Karams from there. Just off the tip.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Here's the backhand by Benny to the inside. Goenaga's there. Backhand. Ball tipped to the inside. Well played by Goenaga. He has 4 points and the serve.
Benny trying to get that Robote to pass and pulling it up in front of Goenaga, not able to do so. He knew he was in for a tough scoop. Goenaga just got it by him.
Here's a backhand by Benny. Robote, left side. Scoop by Benny. Cortada, stopped by Goenaga. Robote forehand by Benny. Benny comes up with a clutch catch on the run. Backhand, caught by Goenaga. Karam by Goenaga will score. A well-played point by Benny and Goenaga. Goenaga has taken himself to 5 points, possible set point.
Benny going for a difficult combination, made a tough scoop as it crossed the sidewall on the inside, but got a little cute on the return with the backhand 2-wall. It set up a Karam right in the middle of the court, and Goenaga's been throwing him so well today.
I didn't even want to think that he did it intentionally, to be honest with you. It's like, no, he was throwing on the run and just tried to get it up there. But no, if he did, I mean, yeah, he's young. Yeah.
Throws a couple and maybe trying to, you know, catch Goenaga napping a bit, but he's locked in now in this second set, looking to push this to a third one, up 5-3.
Excellent catch by Benny off a good serve by Goenaga. Robote coming out to the 7 line. Benny on the catch. Backhand from the 7. Robote left side. Benny attacks, takes it in the air. Hard and low to the inside, picked up by Goenaga. Fine catch. Robote forehand. Scoop by Goenaga. Juggling on the scoop, or after the scoop. That's 4 points for Benny. Benny has the serve. For anyone new to Jai-Alai, when the ball comes into the cesta, whether it's on the scoop or regular catch, ball can't bobble. Ball comes into the cesta, has to maintain contact with the surface of the inside of the cesta. It can roll, most often does roll, just can't bobble around.
You can see as he was bringing it up to shoulder level to make that throw, that's not Goenaga's natural costado from the left side. Took a little bit longer.
Control. Yeah. Goenaga on the catch, backhand, powerfully thrown. Rebote forehand by Benny. Goenaga's there. Rebote forehand by Benny again. Goenaga has this one midcourt. Rolling hard from the forehand. Goenaga on the catch, backhand. Benny takes it in the air, backhand from the 11 line. Goenaga's there. Rebote to the inside, and he's up. Goenaga makes the throw. Catch by Benny in the air. Lost his footing, but got it off in time. Goenaga winds up, hard to the inside. Benny on the catch. Benny to the inside, and the ball is scooped. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at 5-5. So this is set point for Goenaga. Potential match point here for Benny.
I think all Goenaga had to do was clip the sidewall first on that costado in the middle of the court. I mean, he threw it inside, gave Benny the only play he had on it. And that's and honestly not a particularly difficult catch, too, on the bounce. And then Goenaga tips the return. Yeah, he had him. And you see that expressive
I think the stutter step on Benny may have thrown him off, but the cesta stayed in constant motion. There wasn't an extra step. There was a stutter step, but a purist 30, 40 years ago may have blown the whistle on that, but not even close here. Here's the backhand by Goenaga. Backhand by Benny. Rebote coming out. To the inside he goes. Benny going to take that in the air, tipped it. We're going to a third set. Goenaga takes the second set 6-5. Minute 30 on the board. We'll come back out and play our third and final set. I'll tell you, the two of them seem so evenly matched. Benny winning the first set handily. The second set got to 5-5. A little surprising. Goenaga seemed like he was going to take it. Benny managed to get it back there. Benny more than capable of winning this next set, as is Goenaga.
And good run late there by Benny to try to keep this just to a straight set match, but there were countless opportunities. That would have felt like one that Goenaga gave away if Benny were able to close it out. You see some replays right here. Again, hard to the inside. Benny looking for it. Good scoop, and then just the angle. And opened up to the outside and just sets up an easy carom.
Really well executed by Goenaga. Goenaga's shot selection has been spot on, especially the second half of this spring season.
High to the inside, Benny looking for it in the air. You know, it's always what you want to do, take the ball in the air whenever possible. Didn't need to be that aggressive on it. Had the rebote, but tipped it front ways. Setting up this third set here. Just a few seconds. Benny will have the serve coming out to close out this opening match.
Here's the backhand by Goenaga. Goenaga on the backhand. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote forehand by Benny to pass. It does. Goenaga finds save at the sidewall. Benny handily from the 5 line. Carom scores. Well executed by Benny to get on the board first here in this third and decisive set. Benny's got the serve.
And just more of what we saw in the opening set. Aggressive play early on in the point. Gets it on the forehand up at the 5 line and executes it so well.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Rebote forehand by Benny. Here's Goenaga. Backhand to the inside. Rebote forehand. Scoop by Benny. Here's the backhand. Low and hard to the inside. Goenaga follows it. Rebote 2-all. Does not open. Stopped by Benny on the costado. The 2-all attempt by Benny caught the pad, and the pad is bad. We're tied up 1 point apiece. Goenaga serves. That's a tough shot for Benny. I mean, that's a, you know, he got to the catch and kept it on the left side. Completely understand him wanting to kill it with a 2-all because Goenaga was nowhere near it. But from that particular angle, he was already in the motion. That's a tough one to land.
Yeah, especially the way he's been throwing the right side too. You know, you want the costado, it opens up more, but it's a tough angle. I mean, that close to the front wall.
Yeah. Here's the backhand by Benny, thrown hard. This rebote coming out to the 6 line. Catch by Benny. What a scoop by Goenaga. Two all into the pad. 2 points for Benny. And the Chargers, he serves.
Kind of back to even now after that missed 2-all by Goenaga. I mean, he had him dead, should have executed and scored, and
absolutely
could have it easily have a 2-1 lead. Instead, it's the other way around. Benny now with control of the serve.
Again, each one of these players knows the value of every point, especially in that third set. Rotate forehand by Benny. Oh, that takes off and hits the overhead screen, which is out of play. 2-2 is the score. Goenaga serves for the Renegades.
And off the front wall, the forehand rebote tends to kick up based on the way the ball's spinning. And you see, not particularly high off the wall, but a lot of spin, kicking it up, just catching a piece, ties things up 2-2.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. Rebote left side by Benny for the big bounce. Goenaga from the 9 line. Benny, what a scoop, but did not have control of it. 3 points for Goenaga. He serves.
Yeah, Benny was committed to attacking that ball. Goenaga came over the top and just dropped.
No, he was trying to throw it so quick. I mean, it was before he had it in his cesta that he was already in the throwing motion.
Right.
We see that with some players, especially on that move right there. Make sure you have the ball steady in your cesta before you start to throw. There's a backhand by Benny. Catch by Goenaga. Beautiful forehand rebote by Benny. Goenaga, 2-all. Stopped by Benny. Benny from the forehand. What a catch by Goenaga. There's the backhand.
Great control there.
Rebote on the sidewall. Goenaga advances, makes a beautiful catch. Hard to the inside, scores. Well executed by Goenaga. He has 4 points and the serve for the Renegades.
Starting to see that front court experience here in the third set now. Look at Goenaga again. I mean, putting Benny on the defensive, taking it in the air attacks, and when you establish the 2-wall, you get that much space here in a third set to drop it inside. Goenaga's got so many different looks from the costado. I mean, again, you got a drop shot. You can go straight outside. You can throw a 2-wall. And establishing and landing the first 2-wall that opens up towards the outside really just makes the defense think a little bit more and just makes life a little bit easier as you move through the rest of the match.
What a catch by Benny off a beautiful serve by Goenaga. Rotate forehand by Benny. Goenaga on the catch, winds up. The 2-all, stopped by Benny. Benny's carom is out. 5 points, possible match point for Goenaga of the Renegades. Things just seeming to come undone here for Benny at the end here in the third. Here in the third set.
Yeah, I mean, just a slight miss on that carom. I mean, he read the 2-wall beautifully.
Yeah.
The fake was gorgeous. I mean, he sold it like he was going to go back to the inside, broke back out, stopped it, and you don't get many better opportunities to kill the forehand from that spot on the court, and just pushed it a little wide. This would be quite the comeback for Goenaga. Decisive 11-point in set 2. He's got a few to work with here.
Here's the backhand by Goenaga, powerfully thrown. Robote comes out to the 6th line. Carom Robote off the forehand of Benny scores. Bold shot, working. Benny's got 3 points and the serve. Still possible match point here for Goenaga. I'll give Benny credit.
Yeah.
That's a bold choice. Sidearm Carom Robote.
Boy.
With awareness not to get it into the pad. That's the look. He executed it. That's well, and that's why it's a good shot. Goenaga was nowhere near it. Here's the backhand by Goenaga. Catch by Benny. Benny powerfully from the left side. Goenaga comes out to the 5 line to make the Robote. Benny's on it. To the inside it goes. Goenaga, clutch catch at the 7. Robote by Benny. Low and inside. Goenaga's there again. Robote forehand. Played hard. Goenaga looking for the Robote. He's got it. Benny on the catch. Holds on to it. Here's the backhand. That clears the overhead screen. Robote 2-all by Goenaga. Stopped by Benny. Benny gets this off in one fluid motion. Here's Goenaga. Carom caught the top of the pad. A well played point by Benny and Goenaga going. Poor Benny. Goenaga still has possible match point.
Tremendous body control to avoid the screen.
That was excellent.
I mean, that was the match
and
right
also,
there.
Yeah, not hold it. That's not hold on to it. That was really well done.
Benny's been reading the ball beautifully in this third set. I mean, a couple just missed execution on a few 2-walls. I mean, 2 of them to be exact, one from the left, one from the right. This set could have been over in his favor. Instead, he's got to fight back here to force a decisive 11th point.
Goenaga on the backhand. Rotate forehand by Benny. Good catch by Goenaga. Here's the backhand. Benny gets in there, trying to make the save. It falls just short. Point in a hard-fought match going for Goenaga of the Renegades, taking it in the third set, 6-4.
Goenaga comes back, winning the final 2 sets, 6-5, 6-4, gets the Renegades up on the board with the first point of the game day. trying to get back into the top spot in our standings. And #1 seed, the Renegades, on their way today, courtesy of Goenaga, opening win. Take a look at that game day scoreboard here. 1 point for the Renegades, and you see the top 2 teams now. The Warriors in first. They are coming into today a full game day ahead of the Renegades, but after tonight, those 2 teams up at the top will be even on points remaining this season, and the Renegades hope to be up in first place after all 6 games this evening. We're going to hear from our winner. That was Goenaga, still undefeated in singles. Here is the 3rd-ranked player for the Renegades.
All right, Goenaga, congratulations on winning that match. You're 4-0 in singles this year. Just 1 win away from a perfect record. What was the transition to this score been like for you, and how much more comfortable do you feel at this point in your career?
Well, I feel much more comfortable comparing with the first season. I think I'm getting used to the court, and every matches are difficult, but happy for the win.
Well, again, Goenaga, congratulations on winning that match. See what happens today.
Thank you.